All right, we are live on YouTube, and good afternoon, Rem Wayne Stills. Uh,
Hey, how you doing today?
Mike, over to you and let you share what you want while you want.
Okay, hey doing everyone? How are you? What's up? This is River Wayne Stills, and we're on acimgather.us, acimgather, acimgather.us. So check it out, and good morning, good afternoon, everyone, I guess. For me, I sleep a little different time, so I don't know what time it is. But I guess it's good afternoon. This is Miracles Everywhere, and I was debating what to do before we started, if I should just play the review or play the actual that was being reviewed. Usually I play the lesson. But I'm thinking today I'm just going to read the review because it says enough for me today, and then we'll get straight to
Whichever
the.
you prefer. I like the lesson, but because
Oh,
I like
then I'll probably play the
to.
lesson then. I'll do
Okay,
196.
okay. Yeah,
196.
if you're geared up to do it, yeah, I love
I
to
am
see you
geared
do
up
it.
to. I wasn't sure it was a last minute decision to just do the review, so I am geared up for it. Although I have to share the sounds. Hold on.
And I'm going to turn off my camera to save my bandwidth.
Yes. Yeah, I'll do the same thing. All right. So sit back, relax, have a sandwich or something.
Lesson 196. It can be but myself I crucify. When this is firmly understood and kept in full awareness, you will not attempt to harm yourself, nor make your body slave to vengeance. You will not attack yourself, and you will realize that to attack another is but to attack yourself. You will be free of the insane belief that to attack a brother saves yourself, and you will understand his safety is your own, and in his healing, you are healed. Perhaps at first you will not understand how mercy, limitless and with all things held in its sure protection, can be found in the idea we practice for today. It may in fact appear to be a sign that punishment can never be escaped, because the ego, under what it sees as threat, is quick to cite the truth to save its lies. Yet must it fail to understand the truth it uses thus. But you can learn to see these foolish applications and deny the meaning they appear to have. Thus do you also teach your mind that you are not an ego. For the ways in which the ego would distort the truth will not deceive you longer. You will not believe you are a body to be crucified, and you will see within today's idea the light of resurrection, looking past all thoughts of crucifixion and of death to thoughts of liberation and of life. Today's idea is one step we take in leading us from bondage to the state of perfect freedom. Let us take this step today, that we may quickly go the way salvation shows us, taking every step in its appointed sequence, as the mind relinquishes its burdens one by one. It is not time we need for this. It is but willingness. For what would seem to need 1,000 years can easily be done in just one instant by the grace of God. The dreary, hopeless thought that you can make attacks on others and escape yourself has nailed you to the cross. Perhaps it seemed to be salvation, yet it merely stood for the belief the fear of God is real. And what is that but hell? Who could believe his Father is his deadly enemy, separate from him and waiting to destroy his life and blot him from the universe, without the fear of hell upon his heart? Such is the form of madness you believe if you accept the fearful thought you can attack another and be free yourself. Until this form is changed, there is no hope. Until you see that this, at least, must be entirely impossible, how could there be escape? The fear of God is real to anyone who thinks this thought is true, and he will not perceive its foolishness or even see that it is there, so that it would be possible to question it. To question it at all, its form must first be changed at least as much as will permit fear of retaliation to abate, and the responsibility returned to some extent to you. From there, you can at least consider if you want to go along this painful path. Until this shift has been accomplished, you cannot perceive that it is but your thoughts that bring you fear, and your deliverance depends on you. Our next steps will be easy if you take this one today. From there, we go ahead quite rapidly. For once you understand it is impossible that you be hurt except by your own thoughts, the fear of God must disappear. You cannot then believe that fear is caused without, and God, whom you had thought to banish, can be welcomed back within the holy mind he never left. Salvation's song can certainly be heard in the idea we practice for today. If it can but be you crucify, you did not hurt the world and need not fear its vengeance and pursuit. Nor need you hide in terror from the deadly fear of God projection hides behind. The thing you dread the most is your salvation. You are strong, and it is strength you want, and you are free and glad of freedom. You have sought to be both weak and bound because you feared your strength and freedom. Yet salvation lies in them. There is an instant in which terror seems to grip your mind so wholly that escape appears quite hopeless. When you realize once and for all that it is you fear, the mind perceives itself as split. And this had been concealed while you believed attack could be directed outward and returned from outside to within. It seemed to be an enemy outside you had to fear. And thus a God outside yourself became your mortal enemy, the source of fear. Now for an instant is a murderer perceived within you, eager for your death, intent on plotting punishment for you until the time when it can kill at last. Yet in this instant is the time as well in which salvation comes. For fear of God has disappeared, and you can call on him to save you from illusions by his love, calling him Father and yourself his Son. Pray that the instant may be soon, today. Step back from fear and make advance to love. There is no thought of God that does not go with you to help you reach that instant and to go beyond it quickly, surely, and forever. When the fear of God is gone, there are no obstacles that still remain between you and the holy peace of God. How kind and merciful is the idea we practice. Give it welcome as you should, for it is your release. It is indeed but you your mind can try to crucify. Yet your redemption too will come from you.
Hey, all right. Ooh, good lesson.
That
Um,
was great. And I love that music. I mean,
oh
the
yeah,
sound of the background was perfect.
yeah, it was kind of funky. It's sort of like funky jazz or some kind of strange funky jazz.
Yeah, I like the but the way that it moved in the rhythm of the I mean it really worked.
Right.
So
Cool.
uh,
All right. So and then it's a good lesson too. I mean, if you look at the if you do look at the well, I mean, the review lesson just basically repeats the lesson, but it's yeah. I mean, it was so obvious, intellectually at least, theoretically, that you were fighting yourself.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But whether it plays out when you're in when you're in the thick of, when you're in the thick of war, that plays out practically is a different story.
Yeah. And how we don't see it. I mean, that seems so weird to me how we just don't see it. But I mean, when you logic it out with Jesus, it's like, wow, how I didn't know that. But then you forget about it right away. I do
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, when you're in the middle of something, in the middle of something that's important to you, seemingly at least, it's hard to stop it right away. It's hard for you, and it's hard for whoever you're going at it with.
Yeah.
Because if you say, all right, you know what, I'm not going to fight anymore, they're offended. You stop in the middle of a fight. I know that when my wife says I'm done,
Yeah.
it drives me crazy.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean you're done? I'm in the middle of a sentence.
Come on, I'm attracted to this. That's the thing. I mean, that the course tells us, and we are we're attracted to death, which really is I mean, the whole reason of the argument is uh, the the to make me right and you wrong.
Exactly. Which is funny is once you realize that it's impossible to make somebody
Yeah,
win. It's not like you shouldn't do it. You can't do it.
yeah,
You can't make somebody guilty of anything. So once I realized that, I mean, what else is enlightenment? When you realize you can't hurt anybody, you can't make anybody guilty. So what's the point of blaming anyone for anything? Including yourself.
yeah,
What's the point? Now you just have nothing to do but get along with everyone. Because if you get angry, what does anger do? It blames. So what you can do with anger is let him sit around, let him hang around. He's had nothing to do. Anger. There's no place for him. And we all know that metaphysically, because omnipresent God has a place for anger. But even if you think about that way, there's no place for anger to do anything. Because we're all innocent.
yeah.
We're blameless, no matter what we do. That's why I always say Jesus is like he's like our defense attorney.
Yes,
It doesn't matter what we do, he's got our back.
yeah.
It's as if you could rob a bank and still he has your back.
Right, because he'll tell you that money in the bank was yours in the first place.
Exactly. Now, that doesn't mean you
Belongs
can
to
rob it.
you. How can you steal something that you already have?
It doesn't mean you're robbing banks. Now, we can get in trouble if you theologically if you're saying something like that. Does that mean you can rob banks? Oh, look, if you're gonna rob a bank, I heard a capitalist once say that he had somebody ripped. Someone came from and said the person you advised to come to me and work in my house ripped me off. He overcharged me for the job. What kind of person does that? And why would you have? What would you have made? Why would you advise me him to work with me? Let me tell you something. In a past life, he was a rapist. He's doing very well.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So,
Oh,
so that was the end of that conversation pretty quickly. Uh,
yeah.
so you never know where guys are coming from. If everyone thought in terms of like the backstory, but not just a small backstory, and backstories can go on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
And it's all a story.
And then if you tell the stories, and if you need to perceive the possibility of many stories to say, all right, there's too much backstory for me to not forgive, then see it that way. If you see like of other stories, if that helps you forgive, then like of other stories. It's either way, it's fine. It doesn't really matter. The point is forgive because all you're really doing is acknowledging that there's nothing to forgive.
Right.
So
Nothing here is real.
you're forgiving the idea that you have to forgive anything. And how free is that to walk around saying, I don't need forgiveness?
Yeah.
So that whose song? I don't need to be forgiven.
Because it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Whether you, whatever it is, I think has really no meaning.
No.
These are just my ideas about, I mean, when we're even talking about, how could I have a better life? Well, that's all subjective now, isn't it? I mean, it has nothing to do with reality. Uh,
No.
and so, thinking about, anything here in the dream.
There's no guilt in the dream.
Yeah, there's no guilt in the dream because nothing.
No, you mean at nighttime? There's no guilt. My daughter, often she has a dream that she's murdered somebody.
Oh,
And now she's very sad and she's in jail and she's miserable. She's repentant and she hadn't done it. She wakes up and she says, "Oh God, I didn't murder anybody." When she
yeah,
wakes up, she's so happy. So yeah, exactly. You didn't murder. Said, no, you could do anything you want to dream.
yeah, and to know that eventually you will wake up from this dream. It
Yeah,
might not be today, but eventually you will wake up and you'll see that nothing happened.
yeah.
So
And theologically, it's just everyone goes to heaven, and everyone goes to heaven right away. And if I ever talk to someone theologically, Christian level, I said to them, they can't hack that. They don't understand it.
yeah, yeah,
Everyone goes to heaven. Everyone goes
no,
to heaven, but they die. One life, they go to heaven. Everybody, everyone. And then I think it's what Peter Holmes said. Makes no sense. Who cares?
right, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Nothing makes any fucking sense.
right. Who's the judger? Is God the judger? Then, how could God be saying, "Oh, I made you, but I screwed up. There's something wrong with me." That's
Yeah,
why we have all these lessons to say, "I'm still as God created me," because to remind me that, no matter what I think I did, I could not have undone what God made.
yep.
Not at all.
We're all like the guy God from Time Bandits.
Yeah, exactly.
All just as
Exactly.
powerful. We're all wearing a suit and smoking a cigar.
Yep.
In total control. Absolute control.
Not even worried about any
No,
of it.
not at all.
Probably. I
That's
love that movie. I love that movie. So shall we read? We're
sure.
reading The Way Out by Joseph Benner. It's the second book of the five books that are part of the Impersonal Life. And I think we're starting up here at now, if you are willing. Do you want to read or do you want?
You can read.
Okay, okay. So now, if you are willing utterly and completely to trust me and to wait upon and serve me only, and will keep your mind and heart clean and empty of all untrue thoughts, so that I may fill them with my thoughts, I will inspire you in the ideas that will lift you quickly out of your present consciousness, which means out of present conditions, into one where peace, harmony, and plenty will be your mental children. My creations, our mental children, that Jesus talks about our creations, that will ever come to you to be fed with loving trust in me, confidence in your power to express me, and with the pure joy of living that you will then be feeling as the natural and continuous state of your consciousness.
It's expressing God, expressing me. It's expressing your better self, expressing understanding and awareness of what is. I mean, if you can get to that place where something shows itself up to you and you kind of get a bird's eye view, so you can see the whole maze from above, and then you make your choices based on the whole picture. It's like you have a vertical view instead of just linear, instead of just horizontal. You have a vertical, non-linear approach.
You reminded me of the not the Twilight Zone, but the Outer Limits,
Oh
Is that
yeah.
when we control the vertical?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Nothing wrong with what David said. We are controlling through this right now. Yeah.
just as you were saying that, it made me think about it. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I, yeah, yeah.
So it's pretty clear. Basically, all Jesus is saying to us, or the voice that is I believe the Christ mind that's speaking through
Yeah.
Joseph Miller, back in the early 1900s. This was
Yeah.
so. These words, these things we're getting here. This is not just now. This has been going on. And he
Yeah.
says, if
You
you are,
know, from Jesus' perspective, the mind of Christ is outside of time.
yeah, yeah,
So he can come in anytime it wants.
yeah,
He can, and we exist in a state of being. Yes. Not in a state of becoming. So he can come in anytime he wants. He can come when we're 4, when we're 9, anytime he wants.
yep,
You help us. And
yeah,
we wouldn't
because it's
know.
all at the same time. It's all now.
Exactly. It's all now. And we wouldn't
Yeah.
even know. You know, and he can be improving our lives and, just for our sake. Not even any credit for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah. But it's up to us, and that's what he's saying. This paragraph is so powerful. He says, if you're willing utterly and completely to trust me
Yeah.
and to wait upon and serve me only, and will keep your mind and heart clean and empty of all untrue thoughts, so that I may fill them with my thoughts, I will inspire in you the ideas that will lift you quickly out of your present consciousness, quickly, which means out of present conditions into one where peace, harmony, and plenty will be your mental children, that will ever come to you to be fed with loving trust in me, confidence in your power to express me, and with the pure joy of living that you will then be feeling as the natural and continuous state of your consciousness. So what he's telling us here is that we can be in that place where peace and joy and love uh, are here all the time for us, where we can never be sad, never have loss.
Absolute fulfillment.
Yeah, absolute fulfillment. And all we have to do is trust completely and give up our thoughts. Stop when a thought comes into my mind that is not a thought of God. Just recognize that is not my thought. That's not God's thought.
Yeah,
And
God's thought was God's one thing is God's thought is the opposite of thoughts. But
yes,
thoughts
yes,
are. The best way for me to understand what God's thoughts are is it's the space between our thoughts. There's a space
yes,
between our thoughts is the void that's left over when you realize what's left over when you realize what we are not. When we realize without our thoughts, without our pictures, without our body. So what's left over? Well, that's what God is. So
in
so
space between.
yeah, the
Yes,
space between the thoughts. And so that's the hardest part. But we tend to think that we are our thoughts.
yeah,
We identify as being. I am that. Well, you hear people say, "I'm a part of my memories. I'm part of my thoughts." And so
right.
we're made up of that. So that's why Alzheimer's things like that are so scary because you're losing your thoughts and you're losing your memories, losing your identity, and then who am I?
Yeah,
If I'm not my thoughts, then who am I?
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and that's pretty scary.
Well, I'm going to ask you about something now because not that long ago, it's been a few years, I guess. You had surgery where they went into your brain and they put in stimulators and did different things with you. Did you ever think, is this going to change me and make me be a different kind of person because
No,
putting things into my brain?
maybe only in the sense that it might make me function better.
But you weren't worried that that if they messed something up in there that you
No,
could not be in Wayne anymore or
no, but I've had no morals whatsoever. I'd be a bad person. No,
no. Oh, not that. No. But
no,
just like forget your family. I mean, I hear about this
no,
stuff happening.
no. I mean, my wife says sometimes she thinks I'm paranoid.
Yeah.
No, no, I wasn't really worried about that. I wasn't really worried the first time. I was worried more about how it was going to feel, the pain,
Yeah.
more than I was worried about the outcome. They tell me they've done this all the time for years.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, and I heard them during the middle of the operation because they woke me up and they seemed pretty calm.
Yeah. They have to talk to you and stuff.
Yeah, so they asked me about the Yankees and baseball, and
Yeah.
totally laughing
That's
at to
funny.
each other. So, yeah, they seem to be pretty a lot laid back about the whole thing.
That's funny.
It reminds me of that Cheers episode was the coach gets on the phone and he goes, "Oh, John, I'm glad to hear. Okay, I thought no way you were going to make it through that operation. No way." And he goes, "Oh, you go in tomorrow?" Sorry, but he hangs up.
Oh geez. I love that show.
Yeah,
So
but,
so here we go. Jesus is telling us if we're just willing to just give up and let him be in charge.
yeah, every thought that comes up, let it go.
Yeah, just every thought that comes up, let it go. Say the end, this is not me, and let be nothing but the thoughts of God. Then he says, is this worth trying for? Do you really want it? Then what are you going to do about it? If
Hmm.
you're willing to make a supreme effort and put all the power of your will into it, will it will, let's see, into it, will make yourself a positive agent of your Father's will, looking only and always to Him to guide and inspire you. You will truly receive all the help you need and will find if you persist, despite any encouragements that may come testing your determination, that you will then walk straight into the good that has been long waiting for you. I had to take a breath. So yeah, so that he's and he's assuring it's a promise. This is a promise. And that's I see it in A Course in Miracles all throughout. He is making promises and saying, if you will do this, this is what you'll receive. Not because it's a gift that comes to us because we deserve it, but because it's our natural state. And when we do
He
what we're
promises,
naturally here to do, we are happy.
yes, he promises us daily. Daily. This is the day everything will be great. You're
Yes,
gonna solve all your problems today.
yes.
He's almost giving us the opportunity. You ever read the book of Secrets by Osho? He had a book, but he had like 112 different exercises. And in the beginning of the book, he says, pick one,
Wow.
and that's enough for you. So it's the same thing with the course. Essentially, you wouldn't need the whole. If you really understood one lesson,
Right, exactly.
it'd be enough. So
Yes.
the idea is that when you finish with the whole book, when you finish the whole thing, you can just go back and pick one lesson and use it, and then let it and get as much mileage as you can out of it, and then move on to something else or not. And I use lesson 14 every chance I get.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny. Bob here says his birthday is the 13th. Uh,
Really,
yeah,
right before lesson
uh,
14 Eve.
yeah. Sharon and Sharon, their birthday is the 14th.
Oh yeah,
Got all these little. Oh, you guys are all in a little pocket now, January.
January. Oh,
So,
Capricorn.
but
Capricorn. That means anything, but Capricorn. But
but
yeah,
yeah,
so this is 14 because it's just so easy. Just I end up letting go of everything, and the peace at the end. But that was something that just it worked for me. And I did the course, man. I do the course many times, but I do the course and I go through it. But then if I'm ever in trouble, that's what I go to. Usually, that's the first thing I go to.
yeah,
The course is giving us so whatever works for you. The course is giving you about 365 tools. And each tool, each day, he'll say it. He said, yeah, how many times do you hear him say, today is the day where everything will be solved?
yeah,
All your problems will go away. Everything's gonna be great today, and salvation completely. All salvation will come today. He's basically saying, if you do this and only this, and you do it with all your heart and all your mind, and you understand it completely, you won't need to go on to the next lesson.
That's right. And that's it. And that's, I mean, the other things have said the same thing basically. I mean, what we just read from this book is the same thing as it says in lesson 189, where it says, you know, how do you do it? Well, just be still and let go of everything you think you know about everything, and everything you think you ever learned, everything you ever wanted, everything you ever loved. Let go of all of it, drop it all, and come to your God with holy empty hands. And that's the only way. There's We can't have both worlds, and that's the problem. We keep wanting to have both worlds, but you have to just make a decision, uh, which one, and take it. Now, when you come to the fork of the road, like Yogi Berra said, take it.
Yeah. That's what we're trying to do. Is take the fork in the road.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. So you want me to keep reading? I'll read on. Okay, so appearances. This is section 3. This means that from this moment, you must pay no more attention to appearances. For what is now appearing is but the out manifestation of what you formerly visualized in your thinking, and which your fearing and worrying crystallized into facts and fastened upon you. So this is the same thing as saying what the world I'm seeing is outward projection of an inward condition.
And I've always said that what you're looking at is really what you are paying most attention to. That's why it's out. That's why you see it outside. It's what you're most concerned about.
Yes.
That's why it's out there. It's why you're seeing outside your mind. There's something that's within you. It's within you. You haven't really freaked out that much about yet.
That's right.
You haven't thrown it outside yourself yet. You're still okay with it. Yeah, all right, this stuff's all right. But at some point, you freak out about it. Oh my God, I had to get rid of all this. And you throw it outside your mind and you say, oh, that's where it is. It never was me in the first place. It was always out there. And hence you have a dream.
Exactly, exactly. And so, you know, that's where the idea of, you know, we're in the theater watching the movie and thinking that we're the character in the movie. You know, and I have done this. I do this often. I'll be watching a show or watching a movie and I get involved in it. You maybe do this because of acting too, that I start experiencing it as if it were happening to me. I
Yeah.
get that visceral feeling in my body, the danger or the fear or the joy or the whatever. I experience it.
What
I'm
happens all the time.
like like it's in my experience.
You watch a horror movie, you watch
Yeah.
another one at nighttime, it's quiet in the house. Every corner is like, oh my God, someone's gonna come out that corner. So you see all the things that can happen in a horror movie you see happening in your own house.
Yes.
You know that's not gonna happen, but you can see it happening.
Yep.
You know, oh my God, I can see something. And you see, my mind is really filled with images of horror. Everywhere I go, I mean, I can see horror. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm aware of it, so I look at it more of a creative thing. And I don't mind writing scary films and stuff like that. So I'm looking at it that way, and then also I spend time with my daughter. So it's okay, but it's just funny how the mind works. You've always been that way. But when I was younger, I just thought I was scared of my house. And I realized it's just totally, if I watch a lot of comedy, the house is fun, enjoyable. If you watch a lot of scary stuff, the house takes on it can take on it. Every creative outburst is always violent of some sorts. And the problem with most horror movies is the energy of the movie is one of hopelessness because most people are going to die. So the minute they present the people and the characters to you, most people, the whole atmosphere is of doom and gloom. There's no hope. and most of them are going to die miserably by the most disgusting way possible. And if you get to that, too much of that is going to make you miserable in your life.
Right. But we're attracted to that. And that's the beauty. I mean, even Jesus talks to us about this in the Course when he talks about the obstacles to peace. And he talks about the attraction that we have to this upset, this fearful place, the idea of death and loss. We turn to it, we love it, and I can't say, I could say, oh yeah, I'm not attracted to death and loss or anything, but boy, if I'm walking by and I see an episode of Law and Order is on, or there's some movie. My husband watches a lot of movies that are just outrageously violent things happen. To him, he can separate himself from it, so he doesn't look at it and experience himself. He doesn't experience it as a visceral thing like I do. When I look at it, I get involved in it. I think I don't even, my mind is telling me it's a movie, it's people on a screen, it's an actor. I've seen him in other movies, et cetera, et cetera. My mind is all aware of that. But I still get caught up in the story, and I still get my heart beating and my blood flowing and whatever.
That's how you are. I mean, it's just the way you take in information, you're sensitive to that.
Yeah, yeah. And so that's the that but that's how we are looking. This it is exactly analogous to what's happening here.
Yes.
I'm not here. I'm watching this.
Yes.
I'm watching this from a different angle, and I can see it from a different angle. I can see that I'm telling the story about my problem with movies. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm watching myself tell the story. I'm hearing myself tell the story. I'm hearing you answer me about it. I'm watching. I'm
One
thinking.
of the reasons why it's hard to realize is the minute you start watching it, it dissolves.
Yeah,
Because the minute you start watching it, you move out of it into the present. And you realize the past is not who you are, and it kind of dissolves, especially in importance. It's like if I'm watching myself on the screen, so I realize I'm on a screen. So who cares really? I can watch it like a movie and I can enjoy it, and then that's about it. I'm not going to get caught up in it. So it's hard. It's hard to keep that going. It's hard to keep that going because it seems so out of place with what everyone else is doing.
yeah,
The whole world. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I like to be off the grid as much as possible. In
I
terms
don't
of
blame you.
yeah, in terms of who I hang out with. I mean that off the grid mentally really more than physically. I don't mind, but I keep my mind and my spirituality is always much. I don't really fit into any. This community, the Course of Miracles community, seems to be the most. What's what iconoclastic? Is that the right word? Unique oriented community that I've ever come across.
Yeah,
Yeah, in the sense that you can. It really doesn't matter who you are as long as you be your authentic self.
yeah, yeah. For the
And
most part, yeah,
you come from the point of view of the Course, but it's not as if the Course is telling you. There's a few things the Course is very interested in terms of innocence and immortality, and and then you come in and just listen to what's being said, and you'll be supported.
yes, yes,
And that's what I felt like when I first got here. When I first got here years ago, I didn't know about the Course at all, and I wasn't turned off by a bunch of people who were preaching doctrine. I was from a community that seemed to they had a course that they were preaching from, but it seemed to be a very open-minded spiritual tradition, and Jesus was a totally different Jesus, and that's why when I say Jesus, I always say my Jesus.
yeah.
You know,
Oh, I
and I find him here in this also.
yeah,
When he says here in personal life, when he said, "I am Jesus," or "I am the Christ," I am the Christ. I say I believe it.
Yeah, yeah, me too, right away.
That's why I bought the book originally. I mean, one of the reasons why the course was who wrote it. It was one of the major polls. It was written by someone who beat death.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I remember I had just gotten sick, so Course in Miracles was a good book to get.
yeah, and when I first found a course, I thought it was going to fix my problems.
Yeah, exactly. Until I got lucky in terms of having that knocked out of me. I called up uh, uh, uh Liz the Cronkite first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you guys heal people? No. Oh.
Oh, gotta love Liz.
This is do you heal if that physical problem? Do you heal it? No, we don't do that at all. You heal your thoughts, but not your body.
Yeah.
So I said, okay.
Well, at least
Yeah.
that's something.
Let me listen to her on she had a phone conversation line, so I did that for a little while. It was a recorded one, so I wasn't really, but and then I called up Rev Deb, and she was a little more,
Yeah, and Rev Deb's a
yeah,
real,
she was more diplomatic.
yeah,
She said no too, but she was more diplomatic about it. It was just very funny.
yeah. So, all right, I'm going to keep reading here. Okay, so I'm just starting this paragraph again. Appearances. This means that from this moment you must pay no more attention to appearances, for what is now appearing is but the out manifestation of what you formerly visualized in your thinking, and which your fearing and worrying crystallized into facts and fastened upon you. Try to realize the great significance of this. It is not what you see as conditions surrounding you that really counts. It is what you believe is so. And when you know, as we have proven to you, that what you believe is the cause of what is manifesting outwardly as it now appears, you will definitely begin to change your beliefs into those you want to manifest.
As you believe is done unto you.
Yes, exactly. Whatever you believe is done to you. Exactly.
And once you accept that, you can't. It's an axiom. You can't get away from it. Someone said to me, "I don't believe that." I said, "All right, there you go."
Okay. Good for you.
Then you just proved it. If you deny it, you affirm it.
Yeah, and you will recognize it someday and go, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. If you don't believe it, then whatever you believe instead of this is what you is proving my point.
That's exactly right. That's
Yeah,
exactly
so
right.
it's almost like it's an entrance way into the universe. That little act. It's an entrance way. It's a portal into our universe. As you believe, it's done unto you.
Yeah. And when you start seeing that that's the truth,
Yep. And
it's
the
like,
funny
whoa.
as Dove always says, the word lie is belief, but we're creating a world that's really not even here. It's a lie. That's how we do it through belief.
Yep.
So through belief.
Life. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, but that's not a bad thing. It's just this is the world, but it's not bad or good. It's just the way it is. But it's just not. It's a lie in the sense that it's not here. It's a hoax.
Right.
It's the illusion. But that's how we do it through belief.
Yeah. And that's what he's talking about here is that it's the beliefs that we have, what
Right,
we believe, and that's what we want to manifest.
right.
And so he says, think this over, for it is the only way you can change conditions and their appearances. You must remove from your consciousness the beliefs you are holding there by replacing them with beliefs you want to see manifest in your life and affairs. Now, he's not saying when I decide that I want to get a new Cadillac instead of this old jalopy I'm driving. He's talking about a complete shift in your thinking that is the change. Not it doesn't is it has nothing to do with the form world of form. This manifestation, it is a manifestation of a peaceful mind, or a mind that is at home, uh and
I would just say that that's the highest form of what you're pointing.
yeah.
But somebody who's doesn't buy into that, the highest form.
Uh-huh.
It could start at the bottom of the ladder and say, all right, then fine, I'm gonna manifest a car.
Right.
If it might not fine, if that person doing that can then connect to a higher power, it's sort of like the reincarnation. It's a story still, but it expands the person's consciousness.
Right.
Then take the story. And so similar to that. I mean, that's not what he means. He definitely means what you said.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know what I mean? But if somebody gets in there and says, "Oh, I'm going to come to the higher power," and you see, it's how he does it. Still, he's still using his beliefs to do it.
Right.
It's not
Right.
like he's using another system. He's only one system, as you believe was done unto you. So he's still using his belief system to do it. The question is if he stops there, then he's in nothing. Who is it? The course says in psychic abilities, I think in the manual, our psychic abilities welcome or the good thing. And it says, yes, you have a lot. You can do anything you want. The power will be amaze you as you in your journey, but make sure they're under the auspices of the Holy Spirit, because then otherwise they're going to be nothing compared to what you're going to get. The Holy Spirit will give you the pleasures you get from these powers if they're under the auspices of the Holy Spirit are amazing. But if
Yeah.
you just do them for your own damn self, forget about it.
Yeah.
It'll be nowhere. And same thing with this.
Well, it just keeps it's more dirt on your coffin.
Exactly. It's like you don't want to do it that way. Ideally, you don't go out and manifest cars because then it's not ideally because you won't be as happy as you could be. Think of it that way.
Yes. Exactly.
So it's less like it's like saying to someone, to your kid, take this money and don't spend it on nothing. Don't spend it on drinks.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you know what I mean? Don't spend it don't spend it on nothing. Don't spend the money on stupid things.
Right.
Manifest with this money something that's worthwhile, something that lasts.
And it's up to them to figure out what is important to them too.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
so, but I think as that where we are now, as far as we have come along, and especially this far, and having read both the Course of Miracles and the Impersonal Life, and all the other things that we've read, I think we're at a point right now where we're going to not be thinking about manifesting the Mercedes.
Oh, me and you, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's who he's not talking to people about
Yeah,
to
sure,
people
absolutely.
about.
Absolutely. I mean, I manifest on shows and films because I want to express the arts. That's what I'm trying to manifest. I'm manifesting cars at this point. Maybe fixed cars. My car is 2010. My car we are.
They're gonna do nothing but disappoint you, I guarantee you. So
Yeah, that setting myself up to not stop believing.
exactly.
Uh,
Uh,
but
so
yeah, yeah, but yeah, so somebody might be just if I could teach somebody almost like they'll look at it like it's magic. Wow, I can't believe I can just manifest that.
yeah,
And then you tell them, I'll tell you what, this is something even better than manifesting cars.
yep.
You have a piece that you've never imagined, and then
Okay.
really better than cars. Wow. And then you take them on a journey from that point, and then it was worth it.
Yeah.
It
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
was behind the car is what they want. They want the freedom the car gives them.
Right. It's a symbol.
And then the car is a symbol of the freedom they have from one place to another. But they don't need the car to do that.
Yeah, no.
They can have that feeling of that freedom, and they can have well, they can't go from one place to another without a car, literally also. But even if they can find that freedom in any other in higher consciousness. Or having we could manifest cars if we wanted to, my wife and I, or we can keep the same car for 15 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So we can keep the same car instead.
And I'd rather do that, and because who wants to take all the time and trouble to go get another car?
Yeah, and then by the way, you had to keep the car 15 years. We manifest that car every day.
Exactly. Every time you go to that car, you're manifesting it.
Exactly. So it's
Right.
not like we're not manifesting anyhow.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you said you want to get into the trouble of manifest extra things than what we're
yeah,
manifesting.
yeah. Everything has always been here since the beginning.
The whole
So
world is being manifested.
yeah,
Jesus
exactly.
says that in I think chapter 31. I think he says, look what you're doing anyhow, how much power you have.
Yeah,
And you don't think you can do what I'm asking you to do? And then have compassion and love, and and create a world of peace. Look at what you have created. You did this. You can do what I'm asking.
exactly.
But if you
Exactly.
continue to do what you want, then it'll just be a large, powerful nothing.
So
It's in the dark. It's in the dark. The dark is not there, but it's very dangerous. You're bumping into stuff.
yeah, yeah. Don't send me out in the dark. No, no. So he says, so think this over. If you can only change, if the only way you can change conditions and their appearances, you must remove from your consciousness the beliefs you're holding there by replacing them with beliefs you want to see manifest in your life and affairs. And that's rules for decision, right? Every day I decide what kind of a day do I want to have.
Right.
And then how can you do this when you cannot help but believe the things that stare you in the face, no matter which way you turn? And his advice to us is the way out. Dun, dun, dun. So I'm just going to read a little bit. We have a few more minutes before it's time for Bob. So for the way out, we will now show you. Oh, and this, I read this to my group last night.
Right. Oh.
Okay, we will now show you the way, a way so simple and easy that anyone can do it if they will obey exactly what we tell them to do. All that is needed is to say over and over again to yourself until you believe it absolutely, letting not a single doubt of its truth ever enter your mind, the following words: God loves and cares for me and is giving me all good things. I love him and think his thoughts and do only the things he wants me to do. That's the way out.
Yeah.
Just to say this over and over until say this until you have no doubt that it's true. God
Yeah.
loves me, cares for me.
Should we put this together with the I am still still uh, what was the first one again?
I am as still as God created me. I am not.
No. For the first personal life.
Oh,
The first thing I am still
I am that I am. Yeah.
yeah, well yeah, he had the first thing he told us to do with this. We got cool. I
Yeah.
am still I am be still know that I am God.
Be still and know that I am God. Yeah.
Yeah, we did that 1,000 times a day.
Yeah.
So that plus this became kind of cool.
That we'd be having and then 1,000 times a day we ask who walks with us.
Exactly.
There's miracles. I mean, I got plenty of things to fill my mind with.
We have plenty of thousand
Got
times.
plenty of stuff. And you know what? I do that. And I don't know if you do that. I'm sure you probably do. I'll be sitting here, something will come into my mind. I'll start thinking about it. And I will actually stop myself and say, wow, I can see peace instead of this. Or is this a
Oh,
thought I
sure.
really want to think? Or is this the thought that God would have me think? Or whatever. And stop myself and correct
The
my,
mind says the mind reacts. The mind eventually says, "Oh yeah,"
yeah,
it's like you see spirituals. Oh yeah, I can. You see,
yeah,
all you do is you're reminding. What is it? You're remembering God.
yeah.
That's the key. It's the whole course helps you remember God, and you remember God is right where you are.
It
And
can
so
be nowhere else.
I can see peace instead of this. Oh yeah, no, I don't be angry at this. I can be happy at this. I can love this because of what I'm looking at, and everything changes immediately.
I could see peace instead of this.
Yep, I can see peace instead of this.
It's the simplest thing ever.
I'm determined to see things differently. I'm
I,
determined.
yeah,
Just in case I feel like I'm not sure I can pull it off. I'm determined. But that was a good one today.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go
Okay.
ahead and close the
Are we finished?
yeah, we're
So
finished in like
what's next?
next is Bob. Bob is gonna be
No,
on
no,
next.
no. I mean, what's next on the
Oh, in the book? Oh
the
no,
five basic Joseph?
no, there's still more of
Oh,
this.
there
I
is more. Oh, I thought that was after the he gave
Yeah,
us.
no. It
No, no,
seems like it should be because it's the way out.
yeah, I thought that was the way out. He gave us the final mantra, and then he didn't say goodbye.
That's it. Nope. Chapter. No, no. Not so easy,
No,
Wayne.
no.
Oh, we're done now? Okay.
And then yeah, the more better, the more the better.
I'm kidding you.
All right, everyone. Well, God bless you all. Thanks for coming by. I'll see you now. I'm back tomorrow. I don't know. I think she's coming today. Not sure. Well, there's miracles everywhere. Until then, until tomorrow. Peace.
Thank you so much, Rev Wayne Stills. I appreciate you with all my heart.